Love to see a busy campus. Love to see all those students running all over the place.
The start of the semester.
In that beautiful, beautiful campus, there's nothing better than welcoming everybody back here at the beginning of every week, beginning of every semester. I know it. Ugh. Love to see everybody enjoying one another. And I'd love to be here today. Welcome. Welcome to Mason Live. My name is Eva Bromesco. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions here at Mason.
And my name is Denik Savarian. I am the Assistant Director of International Admissions here at Mason.
And they've let us out of the house. We're here on campus in the fresh air to show you some of the very best of what Mason has to offer.
I tell you, I'm excited to be here with you today.
It's been fantastic so far.
Yeah.
Happy to be out of the house, happy to be anywhere. And so we're going to show you a little bit of what you might see if you could come visit us, to walk around, to really get that full experience sense of, what Mason is, what we do here. We're innovating as we do, and we're bringing everything we possibly can bring to you at home and in a new way. We like to try something new every so often.
Fresh and exciting.
That's right. So join us for about the next 30 minutes, and we're going to meet some of my favorite people, highlight some of my favorite things about Mason, and you'll get to spend some time with Denix and myself.
Yes, let's go ahead and get started.
Let's do it.
So we all just took a look at kind of what freshman movement's going to be like once you're here.
Yeah, that's a thing to expect. That's one of my favorite days of the year. Absolutely nothing better than that back to school vibe. There's a reason that we work in education. You get that excitement every fall, and it's a party. That's how we usually do move in. You're going to hear DJs playing. You're going to have everybody running around, help you bring your things up the stairs. I think most families say that they usually don't even touch any of the stuff they brought because
we have so many moving people in
Move
here,
crew gets it done. So that's a super fun day. I can't wait to see it look like that, and welcoming hopefully many of our current viewers to campus. So the next thing that we're going to see is you're going to get a little bit of an introduction to some of the folks that we are going to sit down with over the next half hour or so. And they're going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek as to what they're going to dive into later.
We want to get into the messiness of the past because it really is a representation of who we are in the present. It allows us to be better people, to care for people of the past in the present. And that's one of the reasons I love being a professor at George Mason, because we bring the past and the present right together, and it helps us think about who we want to be and how we want to create a better future.
I know that when I was applying, there was one thing I was looking for, and I wanted to go somewhere that, I felt wanted me, but somewhere that I felt like I could belong. I kept hearing the phrase, find your home for the next few years. So that's really what I was looking for.
Our students are here for a reason, right? And those reasons are varied because everybody brings the things that drive them. And I love that, the difference in their motivation. The motivation level is kind of similar, but what informs that, what experiences they have and what values they have and what goals they have, that's pretty different and ranges pretty widely.
We are just trying to figure out how to make it so that we prove to everybody that their uniqueness belongs here and can connect to everyone around them. So as you're looking at different schools, if you find the thing that fits you best, I want you to go after that. But if you think that you can come and groove with me, if you think you want to come to the most unique and newest party you've ever heard of or seen, ever dreamed of, you need to come check us out at Mason. You need to become part of Mason Nation?
I just chose Mason because, well, my sister went to Mason before, and so I was familiar with the campus. I didn't want to be too far away from my family as I lived like 30 minutes away. But like, also what comes with Mason is just the diversity, because I think diversity brings a lot of different opinions, different points of views. So that way, when I go out into the real world, or when I have internships in DC or anything, I can have different sets of opinions and different sets of ideas that I can bring to the table that I think no other school can really offer for me except Mason.
And when you fall in love with something like I did with Mason, it's because of the community. It's, you know, the students coming from all over the globe. It's the different thought processes. It's the opportunities. There's never a dull moment. And when you look at the things you can do on a given day, students all over the country have to travel hours for stuff like that sometimes. And I get it as my normal. So anytime that I can stay at Mason another year is a win in my book, because this is one of the best communities to be a part of. It's just so uplifting to walk around campus and see what we produce as our normal, where that's something that's a very hard thing to get to for a lot of other universities.
Gosh, and those are just some of the great reasons as to why anyone should really choose Mason.
Right, those are the quick bites, so just imagine what's coming.
Right, I mean, those really resonated with me. I mean, exactly the reason why I chose Mason as a place to study.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so now we're going to go ahead and hear from David Burge, our Vice President of Enrollment, who has a little bit of a message for you guys.
So I'm not just a member of the university administration, I'm also a parent of a high school senior. And I can tell all of you exactly what I told him about Mason. And that is that Mason is a place that will care about him, that is full of people who are smart, dedicated, want to do something different, and want to be focused on the outcomes of what students can achieve. So many places are focused on what they can give to you or what you can give to them, but Mason is focused on what we can do together. And of all the places that I've worked in my entire career, and I've worked at quite a few universities, this is the only place where I would recommend my high school senior go. And I would be proud if he would call himself a patriot.
It's beautiful stuff from the man in charge. We should be so lucky. I hope we have. I hope we get to have a Burge on campus in the fall.
I know.
Another one, I should say. So, with our students in mind, we're going to set you up to listen to a little bit of, information from our student body president. We know that the student perspective is probably the most important thing you all want to hear about. So,
I'll tell you, I had a chance to speak with Shelby earlier today. She's going places, definitely. So it's very good to hear from her.
Can't wait to hear what she's got to say.
I've just always had the passion for helping people, and that's been instilled in me since I was young. Like, my parents, we always go to like different service events at my church and just help people in the community. And since helping people was my passion, I just thought like I definitely want to help people on a smaller scale here at Mason, and then after I leave college, help people on a more larger scale. Yeah, so also when I first came in as a freshman, I was a very shy, very, very shy person. I was very nervous about anything. I was afraid to put myself out there, but just seeing like individuals on campus, like student leaders in their positions and seeing what they do in their organization kind of it just encouraged me to go after the things that I wanted. And so I just decided, one, to run for student government, and then now run for student body president. And I'm just so thankful for the opportunities that's come my way so far.
What a cool person.
Totally. From a shy freshman to student body president.
That's it. That's Mason.
I know.
So another thing that's Mason is, and you heard our vice president talk about this, that collaboration. What can we do together? So we're going to tell you a little bit about, or you'll hear rather, we won't be telling you, you're going to hear a little bit about a collaborative project that really, started kind of small and just took on a life of its own at the university.
That was good.
Never in a million years did I think research that I participated in and conducted as a sophomore in college would lead to anything major that the university would pay attention to.
The Enslaved People of George Mason Memorial Project was a student-driven research opportunity exploring the lives of men, women, and children enslaved at Gunston Hall.
How do you tell the story of someone who was forgotten by history when you have essentially no pieces of the story?
The goal of our project really was to return the humanity of the people that George Mason enslaved to them.
The university is where these conversations should be happening. This is part of our complicated legacy.
The memorial is going to be in the center of our campus, and we'll finally be able to give credit where it's due.
Inevitably, our history is tied to George Mason, the man. While we continue to celebrate him, and we should be celebrating him, we can't forget the people and the individuals that gave him the ability to do the incredible things that he did.
And so we dreamed out loud, and we talked about having a memorial. And so 2 years later, and this really is about how dynamic, how innovative I think we are as an institution, that in 2 years, we went from a student project to a memorial that will be unveiled in just a matter of months. I have grown up myself at Mason, and I think the reason why I've stayed at Mason for almost 2 decades is because I have the opportunity to create dynamic, original, I think utterly fascinating courses. And then I have the chance to sit in a classroom, or in a virtual Zoom these days, and have amazing students with unique backgrounds, amazing experiences, a diversity of ideas. And we get to sit in a space and think and ask courageous questions, listen to each other, and hold new ideas. And quite frankly, I don't think there's anything better than sitting in a classroom with Mason students and asking complicated, messy questions.
Well, if that's not the stuff of college, what else is?
What a dynamic personality.
Oh, and right. If you don't want to take a class with Dr. Manuel Scott at this point.
Oh, you're crazy.
Well, earlier today, I also had an opportunity to sit down with a colleague of mine from our honors college here at Mason. So we got to talk a little bit about, what's special or different about the honors college, our students as well. And I think we had a pretty interesting conversation.
Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look.
3 main pieces of it. We have a curriculum, which I'll talk about in just a second. We have advising and support for our students. We're going to give them a little more challenge in that curriculum, but we're going to give them a little more support to help them take advantage of all the amazing opportunities here at Mason. And the third thing is we really give the students each other. It's our community. Every major at Mason can participate in the Honors College. We have dancers, we have engineers, we have historians and sociologists and artists and computer scientists. We have everybody.
Awesome. So we've heard from sort of the faculty perspective of honors at Mason. I also was able to sit down with a current honors college student who has just, come to Mason and gobbled everything up that we, have offered him. So an amazing look at, what we can do here and what we're offering our students.
And Freddie's a great example of a Mason student, right?
Oh my gosh. I mean, he's if you had to kind of draw a picture of one, Freddie would be it, right?
Yeah.
Involved, trying new things, research, internships. So it's good stuff.
Awesome.
I think the first year can be really scary at times, but I always living with my best friends was able to remind me I'm not going through this by myself. I'm able to have this support system. And then also I was close to everything. I was able to attend all the different events and kind of just have the amazing college experience that people always talk about when
but could you share with us a little bit of what your first year transition was like, living on campus and getting to become a part of the community at Mason?
It was amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I keep saying my freshman year is my favorite year and continues to be my favorite year. And living on campus definitely helped with that. I was able to, live with what became my closest friends and continue to be my closest friends. And I was able to live in the Honors College Live and Learning community, so the LLC is an option that students on campus have, that if you want to be with a group of like-minded people your first year or your second year, you can be put and apply into an LLC and live with people that share the similar interests as you. So.
I miss living on a college campus.
For real, though.
Ugh, I loved having all my friends right at my fingertips.
We have
well,
a visitor.
hello. A pick-me-up, perhaps?
Did you order us something, Eva?
I mean, I've been known to surprise a friend now and again.
Oh my God. Wow.
Oh my gosh. Mine, thank you very much.
There you go.
Oh, and so when these first came here, I was like, this is the last thing we need, right? Fewer reasons to get up and walk around and get our things. I really underestimated.
convenience.
I underestimated the luxury of being brought a coffee by a robot.
If this isn't the 21st century,
I mean, like, listen, it's 2020. This is a good thing from this year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Ugh, can't beat it.
Well, thanks for ordering.
I mean, listen, this is, I don't know if these were from the Northern Next Starbucks or if this was from the one in the Johnson Center. One of those is 24 hours, which you can tell is the one that I probably need to frequent. But, I mean, it's nonstop options on campus. That's been, you know, one of the harder parts of being away. I miss it.
Dining's an amazing part of Mason. We have a greenhouse on campus.
With the fresh, organic greens, if you're vegan, if you care about where the food comes from, locally sourced stuff. Registered.
We have a full-time nutritionist.
That's right. We've got somebody to keep an eye out for that if you want to meet with them. You got an allergy, we've got you covered. You know, it's 2020. You got options.
So many
exactly.
options.
Oh, hello there. What another little guest
visitor.
star.
Hey, fist
Hey
bump.
there.
Nice, nice.
Thank you. Patriots all around.
Yes. Watch out for the Patriot when
The
you're on
photobomb
campus.
and Patriot. Oh,
Nice.
I love it. There's no better time to see that person running around campus. You know, we did discuss briefly, instead of issuing the whole campus, you know, the black masks we did. We were discussing issuing a Patriot head for everybody to wear. We thought it would be, you know, it would really show our school spirit, but maybe cause a little bit of, you know, tight seating situation in the arena.
Oh yeah. Any game at all, you'll see the Patriot, and it's a fun time. It's definitely a fun time.
Yep, you'll see that guy. You'll see the Green Machine. This is a Division I athletic school.
Oh, totally. We go all out at games. Game day, we're there.
Big basketball school, but you know, there's never a wrong time to be at a soccer game. Baseball. We've sent Olympians to the Olympics.
Yes.
We've got, you know, Major League Baseball players that were Mason students. So if you really want to see all those people before they land in those big arenas that you got to pay a lot more to get into.
And okay, so you might not be good enough to play in the varsity team.
This is true.
but
It's a
we have
lifestyle commitment.
intramurals.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. There's a casual option as well.
Of course, yeah.
And I think that's true at Mason of a lot of things, right? You can do the most, or you can, you know, kind of be an interloper and just dabble. It's up to every individual. So earlier today, I had another opportunity to speak with my counterpart in the Office of Admissions, our other associate
That's
director.
right.
I had to let him kind of take the lead. You know, I love to talk about, we both do love to talk about the admissions stuff, but we let Pat Money have a little bit more of the microphone today. As
Mr. Pat Money.
That's right. Yes, that's his real name. He gets a lot of mileage out of that one. But he's probably one of the #1 Mason fans out there.
Oh, totally. Let's go ahead and check out what he has to say about Mason.
If you're interested in certain subject areas, we have a campus in Front Royal that you can go down to and get a Mason experience, but in a different venue. You can go to Songdo, South Korea, and study there. There are so many different opportunities for you to take advantage of that I think the flexibility in the way a student can navigate a four-year process is second to none.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's definitely something I notice in our students as well. They come here because they want to do a million things, and I think that, you know, being the largest university in the Commonwealth, we've got 1,000,001 things, and I definitely see them doing that. So, okay, so we've sold them. They're applying. Everyone's applying. So what's the most important thing for a stressed out COVID-era high school senior to know about applying to college, applying to Mason in specific? Let's help some people out. Let's calm them down today.
Yeah, you know, if I'm going to break the fourth wall here, it's take time. There's no time to really sit back and relax during the college application process. So to know that you have a staff here that their entire job is to help you. Don't be afraid to ask for a Zoom meeting or an email connection or a phone call. You know, there's never a time in our day-to-day work lives that we don't want to communicate with students and talk with you and help you out. when you're stressing and it's going to happen, take a step back and know that you don't have to do this by yourself. You know, as long as that application is in by November 1st for the early action deadline, you've met the deadline. You know, we'll work with you on things. We know that teachers in your high schools are busy. We know that people writing your letters of recommendation are also navigating a new norm, and we're all in this together. There's nothing that we can't accomplish as long as we communicate. So take that step back. Don't stress about trying to go out and take that last second SAT or ACT. Don't stress about how many letters of rec you got. Communicate with our office. You know, take that second to reach out and say, hey, I don't know what my next step is, or I don't know where to go next, and let us help you. Because as long as we have that first line of communication open, you're going to see that your senior year is going to go that much easier, and you can focus on whatever your new normal is, right? And I think we're all experiencing a different normal right now. So trust me when I say the admissions office wants to reach out to you as often as we can, but we also know you're probably zoomed out. So we want to be there for you in the way you want us to be there for you.
So to underscore that message, absolutely. Reach out to us. We've got your back.
We're here to help. This is what we're here for.
100%. So if don't take anything else away this evening, that's what we want you to know. We're here for you.
All right. From one enigmatic figure to the next, Doc Nix, honestly, you just got to hear from him.
This man is a personality, a movement, an unofficial mascot.
Totally.
You got to see him to believe him.
Let's go ahead and roll it.
I'm Doc Nix, and this is the Green Machine. Trying to turn the entire crowd into part of the band, so the band is not just the 250 band members wearing a uniform, but the band is the entire stadium. Everyone's in a seat, everyone on the court, even the players on the other team. How many times have we caught them not listening to their coach because they're nodding their head and bobbing along, and even the coaches themselves will tell us how distracting it is because the atmosphere is so infectious.
So, I mean, Doc Nix.
Totally.
Bad man in the bad shades. You can't beat him.
Did we tell you? Or did we tell you?
You can't beat him. So the next thing we got coming up, we know that you tuned in today not just to hear us brag on ourselves and, you know, show off for you, but also that you're probably hoping to learn a little something, not just about Mason, but, you know, how to approach this process. You are on the precipice of a pretty big life decision for many of you.
That's right. It's
could
a
be your
tricky
first.
time.
Absolutely. And so we've asked the folks, the very smart people who came to speak with us today, to, you know, share some of their guidance with you.
So I remember telling my son that you don't have to have it all figured out right now. When I was 18, I thought that I had to know exactly who I was going to be, right, when I was 30 or 40. Right. And so I've said to my son, and I'll say to just anybody who happens to be listening, that you don't have to have it all figured out. But embrace your passions. Embrace what excites you. And do not stop being intellectually curious. Right? And so the rest will evolve as you have new interactions, make new friends, have new experiences. But if at the heart of kind of your North Star is what you are passionate about, and you have an unquenchable thirst for new information and intellectual curiosity, well, the rest is just going to be a beautiful journey.
So my advice would be is identify your passions, identify your values, and find a school that aligns with that. And just through your application process, don't worry so much about like being the perfect applicant. Just be authentically you, because no one else is you, and that is your power.
Because you don't have to fit a mold. You don't have to be a cookie cutter person to say, I fit at Mason. You can be yourself.
Dear Shelby, I hope you're doing well. I know you've been thinking about college a lot, and I can tell you this experience is nothing like before. You have grown so much within the first 3 years of your college career here at Mason. You have so many different opportunities in front of you: internships, research opportunities, student leadership positions, and so much more. I know the application process is tough, and trying to figure out what your personal essay will be is a hassle. But be authentically you, and the admissions teams will see you for the person you are. Find a school that wants to see you excel, a school that makes you into a better version of yourself. Find a school that will grow you into the person you want to be. I know leaving home can be scary, but there's so much that lies outside your town. So go after your dreams and goals. I believe in you.
The future is definitely looking bright, and Mason is a place that has proven time and time again as a fertile ground and a wonderful, welcoming community. You're going to find your ideas have a place to grow, and the campus is just a very connected and safe environment. And none of that can really come to fruition if you don't take that step and make the application happen. I'm not going to be able to have a life-defining collaborative moment with you if you don't do that application. So apply to Mason, and then when the time comes, you're going to choose Mason and become part of Mason Nation.
Come work with us. I think that's been the theme of the day.
Definitely.
If you know what you're looking for, if you don't know what you're looking for, we're going to do it. We're going to help you find it. It's here. I mean, that's what I believe about Mason. That's what keeps me here. Anything I come up with. We came up with this thing. Here, look where we are.
Innovation is tradition. It really is.
It's how we roll.
Honestly.
So you've seen what we had to say.
You've heard enough from us. Now it's time for us to hear from you.
Absolutely. So we're going to wrap this up, but we want you to stick around and join us in our Zoom rooms following this.
Yes.
Hear from me, hear from Denix. Join us in these breakout rooms. Ask the questions you've got left after hearing about this. Did you hear something that piqued your interest and you want to know more? We're around for that. And if you want to hear from some of the other folks that you heard us interviewing today, come back and join us on October 29th. We're going to be holding a fall premiere online. You'll be able to hear from academic units, some university life folks. We get everybody in one place for you to interrogate, because that's the name of the game right now.
Hear directly from them.
Absolutely.
Ask them all the questions that you want to ask them.
That's right. You're looking for home, and we're showing you what kind of home will be. And if you need to know more, just let us know.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for joining us today. For all my WJMC and WISE folks, thank you so much for being here.
We look forward to seeing your applications. We're excited to start reading those. We're here for you. We're online. We're everywhere.
Yes.
Let us know what you need.
Reach out.
Absolutely. And we'll look forward to seeing your applications in our hands by November 1st.